Hello, EMBA learners. I'm Dr. Julie McAdoo, Assistant Dean for Academic Development with Ottawa University. This session today is designed to help you be successful in the Executive Practicum course. This presentation is based on my observations in each practicum course since 2020 and based on questions that have been submitted by students to the EMBA Student Services team. We're going to answer those frequently asked questions and again, help you be successful in the course. Let's get started. All right, so what is Executive Practicum? It's a seminar class that ties subject matter in your core concentration course to real-world application in your workplace. It's taken along with your core concentration course each term. And Executive Practicum is really what sets this program apart from a standard MBA. It is that real-world application tying the concepts in your classes to application in the workforce that makes it an executive program. You will be marked for attendance in the Executive Practicum course every week, and you must pass the course with 8 of the possible 10 points, or 80%. There are 6 credits of Executive Practicum required for the Executive MBA program, and so you'll take it 12 times. It's a half a credit per course, equaling those 6 credits. You will be submitting memos each week during weeks 1 through 6, and then again in week 8. The focus of these memos will be the topics covered during the week in your core concentration course and how they're related to your work. In week 7, you'll be turning in a reflective summary that covers all of the topics that you've covered so far during the term. Again, covering the course topics and how they directly relate to your work or how they could be applied in your organization. Each of those memos are worth 1 point. The reflective summary is up to 3 points. Please remember that you have to have a handwritten supervisor signature on the reflective summary. You may be wondering if your visa status has any bearing on whether you're taking Executive Practicum. Well, no, Executive Practicum is an academic requirement. And if you fail one of the practicum sections, you will have to repeat it. Again, it's an academic requirement and 6 credits of practicum are required to graduate. You will get a separate grade in the Executive Practicum course, and it will be pass or fail. All right, so let's talk about those weekly memos. You will be creating a new memo each week. A new topic for the week means a new memo, and original work is expected each week. We have tried to help you out, though, by providing a memo template. You can find it in course content in Blackboard. Now, if you are not currently employed, you may be wondering, well, how do I apply this to my workplace? That's okay. You can still apply those topics to your former workplace if you're not currently employed. Of course, if you're not currently employed, make sure that the International Programs Office is aware of this. As far as what's required in the weekly memo, we're going to be looking for your writing mechanics, understanding of the subject matter, critical thinking, and of course, I've said it before, application to your work. Again, we have tried to make things easier by providing a rubric. A rubric along with a sample memo is in the course content in Blackboard under assignments. Now, to be awarded credit for the weekly memo, you must meet both the objective criteria. That is your mechanics and communication skills, as well as a description of the subject matter and understanding of it. You have to meet both those things to be awarded a point. You also have to meet at least one of these subjective criteria: providing practical application and industry knowledge, critical thinking, informed decision-making should be present within your memo. And to be successful, to get that point earned for a memo, you'll want to make sure that for each question in your memo, you're writing 3 to 5 full sentences. You are writing in full paragraphs, and all dates, names, and signatures are there, and you're covering the topics during the current week. For subjective criteria, you'll want to make sure that you're connecting those current topics to your experience. Maybe you're questioning assumptions. Maybe you're describing a different approach, conclusion, or solution than what was discussed in class. You're examining different perspectives. Those are the subjective criteria of which you need to be at least one. And again, you can find this rubric along with a sample memo in course content in Blackboard under assignments. All right, so here are some very clear do's and don'ts that you can refer to. Do submit your assignments on time. And don't forget those weekly deadlines. Do proactively communicate with instructors. Don't offer excuses after the fact for late work or other unsatisfactory performance. Do use the memo template, but delete those template instructions so that it doesn't contribute to the plagiarism checker. Don't forget to include your employer name, your supervisor name, the appropriate dates for the week, and on that reflective summary, include that handwritten signature from your manager, supervisor, or appropriate HR representative. Do provide original work each week. Don't copy and paste content from earlier assignments, and don't share your assignments with friends or classmates. Do submit in the accepted file types, which are PDF or Word documents. And do apply what you're learning to your workplace. Don't worry if you're not currently employed. You can describe how the topic could or would have been applied at a former place of work. Do use full sentences and write full paragraphs, 3 to 5 sentences each. Don't rely on bulleted lists. Do read and apply instructor feedback and track your score. Remember, you need 8 of 10 points to pass. Don't ignore instructor feedback until class is over. Do provide APA citations and references, and don't plagiarize. To wrap things up, here are my final thoughts. Contact your instructor first with questions about course content or expectations. Apply your instructor's feedback and use the suggested resources. And remember, it's up to you to make Executive Practicum a valuable learning experience. So take the time and effort that you will need to make it valuable for you. Thanks for listening and enjoy Executive Practicum.